Ryan, you already know that I'm getting late for work and you're still taking ages to get ready. Your busy husband said, looking at his wristwatch once again. You asked him to drop you off at a restaurant on his way to the office because you have sent your car for service and you have no other vehicle to go. Now it's been half an hour and you are still not ready. I'm done, let's go. You said, coming in the living room and picked your purse and mobile phone before looking at him. Let's go now. He sighed and walked ahead while you followed, biting your lower lip because you knew you have just tested his patience, but he was still quiet. Jungkook and you have been married for a year now. It was an arranged marriage, and you never thought you'll get a husband who will be a total opposite to your personality. While you were very chill, talkative, and bubbly, he's cold, allergic to people, and talk as if he will have to pay if they come out a little extra, but you don't care. You do what you do and never really bother by it. It feels like a balance where he stays silent and you do the whole talking. But along with being cold, he's a complete workaholic that sometimes irritates you as you are also a working woman, but you never really sacrifice your personal life for that. Till now, your life is going very peaceful and there are not really difficulties. And talking about fights and arguments, then there must be no such relationship where these things don't exist. After dropping you off at a restaurant, Jungkook came in his office and received a bad news that really spoiled his mood, and he was so frustrated and angry. How can they cancel the order at the last moment when everything is done? The secretary looked down. It was a huge loss that the company could not afford. They suddenly emailed saying that they are not needing the goods anymore. They said we can keep the advance payment, but further deals won't be possible. Jungkook threw all the papers down from the desk and banged his hand on it, making the secretary flinch a little. He was super angry at this moment. Call them right now. It wasn't a game. We'll be in a great loss if the product remained undelivered. The secretary nodded and went to make a call while Jungkook started to check the documents once again. You pouted and again ended the call, which was unanswered for the third time since you tried. Why isn't he picking up his phone? You sighed and sat on one of the empty chairs as the restaurant was almost empty and there were only a few customers left. I wanted to ask him if he can come to pick me up because my car is not serviced yet, but I guess he's busy. Jungkook usually go home at this time, so you thought you'll go together, but he wasn't answering your phone. Ryan, aren't you going home? Don't worry, I'll close the restaurant. It's my turn today. She said, coming near you. Mira is your friend and also a business partner, as you both run this small restaurant in partnership. I was waiting for Jungkook, but I guess he's not coming. You can take my car. It's okay, I'll call my boyfriend. No, it's fine. I'll take Uber. See you tomorrow. You grabbed her stuff and bade her goodbye before leaving. You came back home only to see that Jungkook was already home. You saw his car parked outside and now you really felt so disappointed that he was home but still didn't answer your call. When you came inside, you saw him sitting on the couch. A bunch of papers were scattered on the table in front of him and his head was rested against the back of the couch while he was massaging his temple. Now you have started to ignore my calls as well, right? Was it that hard to just answer it and listen to what I say? You were really mad right now, but Jungkook didn't budge, making your anger even worse as you feel ignored. Until when you are planning to continue this behavior, Jungkook? I'm talking to you, Jungkook. Stop ignoring. You have enough? If you have a problem with me, then let's just clear it. Can't you just keep your mouth shut for some time? Always loud and in the mood of fight. Don't you have any other work to do except being noisy all the time? Grow up. He finally burst on you, although he didn't have any intention, but because he was already in so much stress and anger, and on top of that, when he came back home, he had to listen to you too. You were shocked because this was the first time he raised his voice at you like this. You never felt bad before when he complained about your nature, but this time you felt bad. Is it really hard to be quiet or notice if the person is okay or not? Why do you always have to make others listen to you? He was in anger and your eyes were teary because you were already hurt and now his words stabbed you even more. Without saying a word, you walked in your room, closing the door with a loud thud while he sat on the couch, messing his hair. Why is everything F up in my life? He didn't go behind you, neither this thought came in his mind because he was still in tension. His company faced a huge loss, not only with money but also reputation. It was like a slap on his face, and yet he was not able to do anything for now, although they filed a case against that company for doing a fraud. You came in your room and threw your purse somewhere in the corner. You were so hurt and felt insulted the way your husband treated you a while ago. It can be seen through your eyes, who were wet and tears were dropping from them, and you walked over the bed before sitting on the edge. It was my mistake to even expect anything. You stayed there in the same position for some time as you didn't have any will to do anything, but then you went inside the bathroom to take a shower. Jungkook finally collected himself. He knew sitting like this and thinking about what happened won't really help him, and he has to work on it. Tomorrow he decided to go to his company to have a conversation. Then he got up and checked his phone only to see five missed calls from you. His phone was on silent and he was busy as well, so he didn't know when you called, but that time he was already home. You even texted him that your car isn't back from the garage, so if he could pick you up, but that was unseen too. He felt so bad and angry at himself. Why do all the things go wrong at the same time in my life? He got up and walked towards the bedroom to go and see you and also apologize for his behavior as well. He thought that the door would be locked, but you only closed it out of anger but forgot to lock it, so he easily came inside, but looking around, he didn't find you. He noticed that your purse was on the floor beside his feet, so he picked it up and walked near the bed. Your phone was on the bed, and he never saw you this much angry. He knew he had done a lot of damage. Then he heard the sound of water as the shower was on. He decided to wait for you, but then he heard sobbings. His heart dropped when he realized what must be going inside. You thought he wasn't in the room, so you didn't suppress your sobbings, and he listened, so without caring about anything, he went inside the shower. Jungkook's heart dropped when he saw you sitting under the shower while sobbing silently, burying your face in between your knees, and your clothes and hair all were drenched in water, but you didn't care. You didn't even notice that he came inside. He didn't hold himself anymore and came inside the shower without caring if his clothes will get wet. He sat on his knees in front of you before holding your arm gently. What are you doing? You'll fall sick. You lifted up your face and saw him in front of you. Your heart cried even more when you saw him. You refused to go when he asked you to come out. Jungkook felt his heart ripping off when he saw your teary eyes that became red. Let's go, you'll catch a cold. Leave. Leave me alone. Why did you come here? I'm so sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry for that. I was out of my head. I promise I didn't want to make you cry. But you did. Just go away. I don't want to talk to you. You are right. I shouldn't talk where I'm not valued. You were saying all this in between your cries. Jungkook shook his head. I didn't mean that, Ryan. I'm sorry to hurt you. You sniffled and looked at him. But you do, Jungkook. You do a lot of time. Tell me, is it a crime to love you? Did I committed a sin to fall in love with you? Cold water was dripping down on both of you. He shook his head and hugged you. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I will never repeat it again. Please forgive me this time. I will never behave like a jerk from now on. I promise you. You cried even more, hugging him while your hands tightly gripping his shirt. I love you, Ryan. Believe me, I love you so much. I'm sorry for getting angry at you. After some time, you both came out of the shower and changed your clothes before Jungkook made you a hot bowl of ramen. He apologized for his behavior so many times, and you feel the genuineness. He also told you what's going on in his work life and why he was so frustrated, and you really felt bad. It wasn't that hard to forgive him because, hey, who doesn't fight in a relationship? And also, how can you leave one another when you love that person by heart? Everything went back normal and resolving the issue, you both went to sleep. Sometimes fights like these helps in bringing two people close to each other. They get to know a lot, things that are unspoken, uncomplained. That's when you finally let out your feelings and tell the next person how you feel and what's actually hurting you. And instead of making things worse, an apology or forgiveness do all the work and life becomes even better.